Night's update is next. Coming up, Facebook is making changes to its policies.
Conor McGregor gets arrested and stripped of his UFC title.
Large bags are now banned from Cinemark theaters.
And the highest grossing superhero movie is breaking a 35-year movie ban in Saudi Arabia. All that and more coming up on the Urban Nights update. Good evening, I'm Christian Carter, and joining me is the lovely Athena Smith. Facebook has brought out another set of changes to its platform on Friday. The company will now show who paid for a political ad. It will also require verification of the identity and location of someone who wants to run a political ad. This is all in reaction to the Russian interference in 2016 presidential election for the United States.
Big week for Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg as he takes his first of two visits to Capitol Hill. Zuckerberg is set to testify before the House of Energy and Commerce Committee regarding the Cambridge Analytica data. Cambridge Analytica improperly obtained the access of Facebook users' information. 87 million users were affected by this terrible act. Zuckerberg apologizes and states, "It's all my fault."
The topic of social media became highly debated last week when the CEO of Facebook admitted that the political preference of the app's users was released during the 2017 presidential campaign elections. Nicole Lauer leads our roundtable discussion this week.
Welcome to this week's roundtable. This week we're going to focus on social media. Obviously, the Facebook thing happened last week where they, did announce that yes, people's political statuses were shared throughout social media. What steps do you take to protect yourself on social media?
Me personally, social media is all fun and games. You don't need to take it serious. So you don't post something you wouldn't want, to get out there and it hurts you in the future. You know what I mean? So that's how I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for me, I really keep my social media really simple. Only social media I use are just Facebook and Instagram. And for example, like my Facebook, I just put it's like my photo backup place basically. I just upload all my photos up there and I just forget about it. And then if one day I just want to find those pictures, I just go back to my Facebook and that's all I do on there. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, never thought of it like that. But for me, I have two accounts. One professional, one as for just my friends, and I have both of them as private, so you have to ask for me to let you follow me. So that way I know that I'm safe posting. Well, when I'm on my professional one, it's I post different stuff, obviously, and that's how I, keep private towards my personal life.
So obviously I'm, the only parent out of our group right here. I've been seeing a lot more parents lately not posting photos of their children on social media to kind of protect their children's privacy. I haven't taken that same step. Is that, something in the future that you could see yourself taking that step and not posting your children on social media because of everything that's starting to happen?
I have a nephew, and I rarely post them, but then when I do post them, it's nothing serious. I don't worry about people screenshotting them and stealing this picture. You do hear stories about that. It's kind of creepy, like about a random person, just
Absolutely.
Screenshot a picture and call it their own kid, and it's weird, but I keep it plain and simple. Picture here and there, that's it.
Okay. Nikki?
Yeah, for me, I actually have a lot of friends that have kids, and some of them even have more than one kid. I don't know if it's because of different cultural background, because most of my friends are maybe Chinese, Asians. So what they love to do, since my friends are basically around my age, late 20s, early 30s, they love posting pictures of their kids on social media, everywhere. So I basically just see them all over the place.
Overload of kids on your Facebook page. Andrew?
That it goes back to what I said, if you keep your stuff private, your friends aren't going to be screenshotting and put it on another site or do something dumb with the picture. So
Absolutely.
I think that's the first step in what people should do. Stop worrying about the followers and having anyone follow you, whoever you want, because that's how it all starts.
Okay, now to wrap up roundtable, higher up officials. President Trump's known for his Twitter rants. What are your feelings on higher up officials in social media? Should they be held to a higher standard than regular people?
I'm gonna go with Andrew. You gotta have a professional account. You gotta have your own personal one. So whatever you post on your professional is what you want. People in your your profession want to see. But your own personal one, of course, you're gonna, you post whatever you want.
Well, I mean, that's all the time we have for Roundtable today, but I definitely appreciate y'all's takes on, social media and how you would protect yourself and your views on everything. So back to you.
Thank you, Nicole. It is interesting to see how everyone is taking steps to protect their information and personal data on social media.
Majority of college students all over the country would be able to tell you their story on how they struggled during their college journey. But how many can tell you how they got out of that struggle? Kaniva Bakari can tell you on how he did it. Dante Williams, pick up the story.
Most people know the struggles of being a college student that is having trouble supporting themselves financially, but some have it worse than others. Kaniva Bakari shared his story with us.
I was done. Well, I thought I was going to be done with the academy because I couldn't afford it. So I had to go to SS City because I wanted to be able to keep the dream alive and be able to still be able to go to the academy. Yeah, I was just sleeping in my car occasionally. Really wasn't that bad. It was kind of honestly very adventurous, but there's times when it got pretty depressing. It messed with my head, especially when it came to soccer and school. Yeah, it messed with my head a lot, actually.
I used to go into the car, kind of put my head right here, kind of just cross my arms like this and go to sleep.
Working in DJ really helped me get out of that situation because I was able to save up and potentially have enough money to get an apartment. I prayed hard on it. I was working, but at the same time, like, my job previously before then wasn't really trusting me with certain hours, so I couldn't really work all that much, and plus school was really, really getting hard, so I needed something to help me with the weekends. And I mean, I was DJing at the time, so I wanted to keep my weekends free. And then I noticed I was DJing damn near every weekend. They really liked me, so they're booking me. So I just, every time I got the money, I just kept putting away, till I got, enough money to put down for a down payment for an apartment with someone else.
Kaniva made it through, so he wants to share how other people can do it too.
I would tell them, really just keep your head up and keep your head up to God. I mean, there was times, bro, I would literally, it's just, having a positive attitude goes a long way. It's gonna get better, yo. Just keep pushing. There's no way, it can't get any worse than that. You gotta think, it can't get any worse. Once you keep saying it can't get any worse, it starts to get better for some strange reason. So just keep saying it can't get any worse, or somebody has it worse than me, because somebody does.
In San Francisco, I'm Dante Williams for your Urban Nights Update.
If Kaniva can do it just by believing in himself when he had nothing, then others can do it too. Teachers from Oklahoma, Kentucky, and Arizona have gone on a strike due to unfair pay and poor quality of the school systems. After a 9-day strike throughout the major cities in each state, legislation has agreed on a 5% pay increase for teachers. They have also agreed to provide free feminine products for students and have established a rule that all genders, whether they be transgender, male or female, be respected and treated equally.
The Howard University protest has ended with some agreement. Some of the changes have been agreed upon include an overhaul of school sexual assault policy, the start of a food bank service for students and surrounding community, and a review on what other actions can be done instead of allowing campus police to carry guns. Students have been celebrating and cheering for their success after a demanding negotiation. President Donald Trump admitted on Thursday that he did not know the adult film actress Stormy Daniels was paid $130,000 in October of 2016. This is the first time that the president has openly discussed the scandal surrounding the alleged sexual affair that plagued him for months. Trump still claims that he has no knowledge of where the money came from and denies setting up any type of funding to allow his lawyer to withdraw money to pay the actress.
Microsoft is now automatically banning users when they take screenshots or video clips of the game Metropolis Lux Obscura. This game is rated for mature 17 years and older for violence, blood, drug references, nudity, and sexual content. Players who took screenshots of the game are being banned from Xbox Live for pornographic content, even if the player didn't share those screenshots publicly.
President Donald Trump made a statement on Thursday that a lot of people are upset. The president hinted that from Central America are raped at rates that no one has ever seen before. Although there are no supporting studies to back President Trump's claims, some are thinking that there's now using a strategy to strengthen his argument for more U.S. immigration laws. Including in the same rant, the president went on to blame the Democrats or a lack of U.S. immigration policy stating it's insanity.
More than 200 people took the San Francisco streets to raise awareness for sexual assault victims. I was able to experience the march and talk to people about being aware of assault. With San Francisco being the birthplace to many rights movements, and as part of Sexual Assault Awareness Month, SF4 organization has been making a walk for the past 13 years to end rape.
As we can see, a lot of people gathered here together for a great cause, and it leads for a great example for this to happen all over other cities.
SF4 provides resources, support, advocacy, and education to strengthen individuals. They believe that no single entity alone can stop the epidemic of sexual assault, but by responding as a whole community, we each bring our piece of the solution. San Francisco Women Against Rape was founded in 1973 and has a long history of powerful individuals who have used courage and strength to break the silence around rape and sexual assault.
I think these kind of marches are really important for everybody because we coming with a new generation, we have younger kids coming, and I think doing things like this will make people aware of the culture we live in, the social norms that we created throughout years.
The walk included a meet and greet breakfast, poster making, live performances, and a lot of onlookers curious about the walk. It's important to raise awareness around sexual assault because research has shown that 1 in 4 women and 1 in 11 men will be raped in their lifetime, and less than 20% of that are reported to the police.
Society, for some reason, people don't talk about issues like rape and violence against women enough, and it's really bad because when we create a culture like this, people don't feel comfortable speaking out when acts of violence happen to them, and that's the worst, and those people are really in dark places, and they need to know that they have allies.
Around 200 people showed up for the cause and did the 2.2-mile walk around the Mission neighborhood. If you missed it and are interested to join the cause, visit sf4.org for more information. In San Francisco, I'm Athena Smith with your Urbanites Update. Well, that was an unforgettable experience and something that everyone should research and hopefully participate in next year's San Francisco Walk Against Rape.
Apple faces a lawsuit over a heart rate technology used in Apple Watches in the Eastern District of Texas. Omni Metsky says they met with Apple in 2014 through 2016, but ultimately broke off discussions of a partnership and then introduced technology using its approach. No Apple representatives was able to comment on the situation.
Believe it or not, the internet is clogging up the busy streets Traffic in the city is already as bad as it is, but rideshare apps such as Uber and Lyft might be the reason behind the heavy traffic jams. A study by a transportation expert shows that out of about 68,000 rideshare drivers in New York City, about 45% of them are driving with no passengers, taking up space that other drivers with passengers could be using instead. With the popularity of these ride-sharing apps, don't expect to see traffic going away anytime soon. A new policy has been recently issued by Cinemark. What is it and what do people think about it? Reporter Nikki Ma has more on the subject.
A new policy from Cinemark has been out and not much people knows about it. Starting from February 22nd, a new bag and package policy is issued by Cinemark. Any bags and package that are larger than 12 inches height and width with a depth of 6 inches will no longer be allowed into the theater. Cinemark states the new policy is to help improve the safety and security for guests and employees. However, the most recent and well-known theater mass shooting was the 2012 Aurora shooting in Colorado, with 12 deaths and 70 injured. This new policy includes the theater have the right to random search customers' bags before entering. Customer like Sandra is not so happy about having her purse being searched.
I got a little upset because I didn't think my purse was that big, but it is kind of big. But he just kind of brushed it off, and he let me go. But who wants to come to the theater and have somebody go through their purse?
However, when the new policy is released, a lot of people see it as Cinemark is just trying to prevent customers from sneaking in their own food and candies into theaters. Customer John thinks if it is for safety reasons, bag search is not necessarily.
I guess there's always a way to sneak food in, so I don't think they'll be able to get around that. Do I think they should have it checking people's bags? I don't think that's that cool, like if they were really worried about weapons, then maybe metal detectors or something like that, but I don't think it's cool.
Although the backlash might have upset some customers, people still understand the reason behind it.
Given the fact that they've had so many things going on in the theaters now with all the terrorists and whatever is going on and people shooting up with the guns and stuff, killing people over the last few years in the theaters, included in schools and everything. We got to take a first step somewhere. It's unfortunate that coming to the movie theater is becoming part of that precaution.
This new policy is now effective in all Cinemark theaters, such as Century Theaters, CineArts, and XD. In Union City, I'm Nikki Ma for Urban Nights Update.
Next time when you visit a Cinemark theater, remember to bring a smaller bag. The blockbuster Marvel film Black Panther is set to be released in Saudi Arabia. Black Panther will be the first film to be shown in the Muslim kingdom since the 1980s when the film was banned. The film will be shown in a luxurious cinema that was built inside a building that was originally supposed to be for a symphony concert hall. With 27% of the box office already coming from international markets, Black Panther intends to bring in more when they debut in Saudi Arabia on April 18th. Now let's toss it over to Brendan to see what's going on in the world for entertainment.
What's up, guys? I'm Brendan Mocklin, and I've got some cool news. So, let's dive right in. The Cannes Film Festival has confirmed that Solo, a Star Wars story, will premiere at Cannes. This debut will be the third Star Wars film to be featured in the festival. The festival still is finalizing its competitive film roster, but organizers won't find a bigger film than this one. In this film, by Ron Howard, he brings together Han Solo, his faithful Chewbacca, the crooked Lando Calrissian, the Millennium Falcon, and of course, the droids. Let's take a look at what has many fans hyped.
I've been running scams on the street since I was 10. I was kicked out of the flight academy for having a mind of my own. I'm gonna be a pilot. Best in the galaxy.
Hey, kid. I'm putting together a crew. You in?
That's yes.
I might be the only person. Who knows what you really are?
What's that?
Get ready.
Thought we were in trouble there for a second, but it's fine. We're fine.
Channing Tatum and Jenna Dewan Tatum have decided to call it quits after a marriage of nearly 9 years. They announced the news last week via Instagram, stating that they've decided to separate, but have had a magical journey together. They continue to say that there are no secrets nor salacious events, just two best friends realizing it's time to take some space. The couple are parents to a 4-year-old Everly, who they claim will always be their #1 priority. Channing and Jenna met on the set of Step Up in 2006 and got hitched in Malibu in 2009. Farewell to a lovely couple. After purchasing a stunning Los Angeles compound last year, Jay-Z and Beyonce have decided to add to their massive property. To lay the roots down on the West Coast, they purchased a 2-acre property that reportedly cost them $88 million. With 30,000 square feet of living space for the couple and their kids, they planned an addition of a 2-story parking structure and garage that will feature space for 10 cars. These additions are not only for luxury, but also for security. Just like the bulletproof windows throughout the home, we'll have to wait and see the final product. For now, the couple are on the move as they are on their On the Run tour. Prince Harry and Meghan have asked their supporters to donate to charity as their wedding gift. Via a press release from Kensington Palace, Prince Harry and Mrs. Meghan Markle are incredibly grateful for the goodwill shown to them since the announcement of their engagement, and are keen that as many people as possible benefit from this generosity of spirit. The couple have therefore asked that anyone who might wish to mark the occasion considers making a donation to a charity rather than sending a wedding gift. The couple has chosen 7 different organizations which they believe do a good job of mirroring their shared values. Some of the organizations include Children's HIV Association and Crisis. That'll do it for this segment of entertainment news. Now back to you guys.
Motivational speaker Tony Robbins has apologized after critical comments about the Me Too movement on a video that went viral. It came up on one of his self-help events in San Jose, California, when he said that sexual harassment victims were making themselves significant by making somebody else wrong. He then connected a story about a powerful man not hiring a woman because she was considered attractive. Then on a Facebook post on Sunday, he said that he fully supports the Me Too movement and needs to be a part of the solution. Could Indiana Jones be played by a woman? Director Steven Spielberg hinted in an interview that this may be a possibility. We would have to change the name from Jones to Joan, and there would be nothing wrong with that. The 5th installment of this series is set to be released in 2020. Whether or not Harrison Ford will continue to reprise his role as Indiana Jones continues to remain a mystery.
For League of Legends player Yi Liang-ping, also known as Doublelift, has helped his team with the North American League Championship Series Spring Split Final in Miami this past Sunday. Having his mother being stabbed to death by his brother and father seriously wounded, Doublelift finds comfort in what he does best. After the victory, Doublelift proudly shared his joy on Twitter, telling his fans that he is slowly recovering from this family tragedy. Golf is an expensive game, but Andrew Liao has information on ways to make it more cheaper for the youth.
Golf in the past has been stereotyped as an older person's sport. But these days, it seems like a big part of the younger generation is changing that. I visited Los Lagos Golf Course in San Jose, California to get people's opinions on this topic and see why they believe golf is such a great sport for the youth.
So I think golf is a good sport for kids to get into. I mean, not just because of etiquette, but, teamwork, socializing, networking. Everybody can learn from one another. Everybody hits a bad shot in golf. I think, kind of just comparing other sports. Basketball, everybody tries to be the best basketball player. Football, everybody wants to be the best football player. But, golf, nobody has ever mastered the sport of golf. So everybody can learn from one another.
I took the time to interview Ian Robinson, who is a freshman at Willow Glen High School, and father, Steve Robinson, to talk more about why kids our age are playing golf.
Younger generations, in my opinion, should play golf just because it's a way to get away from technology. In a way, you can just go out there and then with your friends, your family, just whoever, just have fun.
I think the courses are becoming a little bit more accessible for the kids. It seems like it's not considered a nerdy sport anymore, like maybe it was when I was growing up. Some of the younger, I think, PGA players, the Jordan Spieths, the Tiger Woods, those types of guys have really influenced a younger generation of player to get into the game.
Ian also talked to me about new programs that help kids under the age of 18 play golf for a cheaper price.
There's a thing that I have, it's like a little card that you can order. It's Youth on Course. So with certain courses, you can just play for $5, which is pretty cheap.
With easier access to courses and role models like Jordan Spieth, making golf look fun and cool, the sport is starting to really grab the attention of kids. In San Jose, California, I'm Andrew Liao with your Urban Nights update.
Youth on Course is the way to go if you're 18 and under and don't want to pay the regular price.
Jordan Spieth, the young master of masters, put on the best Sunday performance ever in history. After a slow start, being 9 strokes behind the leader, he would chip away at the difference and eventually end up dead even for first. But it would only take one mistake to cost him the master, and it would be him clipping the side of a tree and bogeying on the last hole, the only bogey of the day for him, which would give Patrick Reed the 2018 Masters.
Conor McGregor has not only lost his championship belt, but has also lost more than a few dollars after his bail was set to $50,000. Thursday night, McGregor crashed a UFC press event that ultimately led to 3 fights having to be canceled due to injuries. McGregor was later taken into custody and charged with assault. McGregor will now have to appear back in court for his June 14th court date.
Now let's send it over to Andrew Leal, who has this week's news for Urban Knights of Sports.
Hey everyone, and thank you for joining me on this week's Urban Knights Sports Update, where I will let you know what's going on around the track and baseball world of AAU. Let's start off with some track news, as school records are being broken by the same person who set them. Gatien Edio took a second to speak about breaking his record performance in the 3,000 meter steeplechase, with a time automatically qualifying him at the Stanford Invitational. Gatien is now ranked number 2 in the country for NCAA Division II.
First steeplechase of the year, all time, like I'm waiting for this moment for a long time, and yeah, it went well. Like the race was pretty good, conditions were perfect, and it was the opportunity to run fast. The goal was to hit at least 8:53, which was the auto, and I did it, 8:49, new PR. It's a very good thing, like to hit the auto at the first minute like this. You're not chasing for the time or like trying to run fast at every minute. No, like you can really prepare nationals, which is like the most important event and competition in the season. Obviously, we have Pac-West Conference in 4 or 5 weeks, and it will be like another highlight of the season. And yeah, otherwise just run probably another strong steeplechase, either at Stanford or Oxy. I don't know yet.
Congratulations to Gatien on setting a new record, and best of luck to him the rest of the season. Now let's shift things over to baseball, where we will have Gonzo Rios talk to us about AAU's 4-game sweep against Holly Names and how he pitched for the Urban Knights.
Obviously, going into that day after getting hit with the line drive, it was tough, you know, trying to get into rhythm at first. I started off the first batter 2 balls in a row, so I had to bear down a little bit. If not, it would have been a long day. So I just thought to myself, get outs, quick outs, get ahead, and you know, it happened to work out. I mean, the last 2 innings, they're just, I think it was 8 pitches or less both innings, so it worked out for the best. I always have a goal every start, and my goal that day, that start, was to not allow a run. I don't like runs being scored on me, so that day I just didn't want any runs. So I just wanted to keep going from Biola's start.
Great job, Urban Knights baseball, on that sweep. The Urban Knights baseball team sits at a record of 18-15 and are currently on a 5-game win streak. Gonzo also recorded his first career complete game. Their next game is against Point Loma. Well, that's all we have for you this week on Urban Knights Sports Update. I'm Andrew Leal, and join us next week for more news on your Urban Knights sports.
Thanks, Andrew. For more on Urban Knights, visit ruathletics.com. That's it for the edition of the Urban Knights Update. I'm Christian Carter.
And I'm Athena Smith. For everyone here, thanks for joining us. See you back next time.